Hello everyone, I am here to talk about some basic ways to perform a precision sick with Torgal. Wait. Hold on, let me turn this guy off. I can't be dodging him while I'm trying to talk here. Wait a minute, slow down, dude, slow down, okay? Alright, precision sick with Torgal. Now, I know there are a lot of videos out there, talking about saying how to do a precision sick. Some are having elaborate combos that you can add Torgal to or use him to extend your combos. And there's some finish shift shenanigans going on, but this is just basic stuff, just to get you into using Torgal. Because if you can't use Torgal at a basic level, you really can't do all that elaborate stuff later. So we're gonna be I have my perfect sick indicator on. If you see at the bottom of my screen, right where Torgal Clive's foot is, it says perfect sick on it, and that lights up when you're supposed to command Torgal to sick. So I have that on so you guys can see when it lights up, and hopefully if you're curious when you're supposed to be using it, this hopefully will help you out. And also we have the basic Torment controls on the right side, so you can see what buttons I'm pushing and when I'm pushing them, because one of the most important parts explaining how to do something is, people forget that you're doing something on your controller and we can't see it. So I can say, oh, well, I'll just do it at the end of a combo. When are you pushing a button at the end of the combo? Are you pushing it too early? Are you pushing it too late? So hopefully the combination of the controller and the perfect stick indicator will help you do that. So let's just get on to it. The easiest way of getting the first way, or the easiest and the first, where's this guy's basic, his basic 4-hit combo. When you're hitting square and he has his 4-hit, as you can see, and the perfect stick indicator is lighting up on the 4th hit. Now I don't use it on the 4th hit. I'll try to do it on the 4th hit. I'm not comfortable doing it the way I do it. I'll do it the way they want me to do it, but then I'll do it the way I do it. So they want you to hit it at the same time as the 4th hit comes in. So it's pretty easy. I mean, of course, this is just a basic combo. Whatever combo you're doing, at the end of it, as long as you tell Torgal to do something at the end of it. So it's not, pretty not only doing this basic one. That's when they do it. But I do it, if I do this, I do mine after, if you notice. I don't do it on the 4th hit, because that's comfortable for me. Out in the world, in combat, when I'm doing this, I'm just not, I don't know. I'm not thinking about Torgal probably until after the hit is over. So I pull him in after, and it works for me. So whether you're gonna do it on the 4th hit, or whatever combo that you have. This is this one. If you know when your combo ends, you're doing some other combo with Clive. As long as you know when your combo ends, just make sure you're telling Torgal to do something, and then you will get to precision sick. At the right time, of course. So that is the first way. I mean, that's pretty simple. While we're talking about the basic Clive combo, now when you have your limit break on, Clive, if you notice, Clive stops. If there's moments I'm spamming, when you just do this one anyway. When you just spam your square, you see that he stops. Even though I'm spamming, he stops because he's done with his combo. Now those moments, if you look at his perfect sick down there, lighting up when Clive stops. But you also notice that Clive is doing a little jump at the end of all these things. So the best way of getting those 6 off is when he does the jump. Now I usually watch his feet, or I probably should have had unlimited limit break on. I usually watch his feet, but you can see his whole body jumps up. So we're gonna try to get some executed. So that's another way. He probably going to stagger and mess me up while I do this. Can I get him staggered? Okay. All right. I just wanted to not have that happen. All right, so we're gonna do it, and you can watch his body, you can watch his feet, but we'll see. It's kind of hard to see with this enemy, but okay. So if you were able to see that, And you see, I was executing those precision 6 and ravages at those moments when Clive was stopping. And it's pretty much I wait. It's not a delay. As soon as I see Clive finish his combo, I hit the Torgal button right away. So if you were watching my controller on the right side, you notice I was hitting. Well, I know you can't watch them both at the same time. Maybe you can use like an audio cue. You know, he'll call Torgal in right when he was done with his many little combos that he was doing. So yeah, those are the basic ways with the limit break and without the limit break. Like I said, of course, you know, you can do whatever combo you want. As long as you know when your combo ends, you can do it. Okay, so the next way is off of a Downthrust. Now, if you don't know how to do a Downthrust, you know, this isn't the combat video. If you've done a thrust, a lunge before, a lunge and a Downthrust is the same. You just hit the square and X, or square and cross, however you want to call it, and that does a lunge. But if you're in the air and you do it, it becomes a Downthrust. And if you do a jump off the enemy, of course, it becomes an extreme Downthrust. Or if you're in the air already from sort of Rooter ability or flying enemy, or Torgal lifted them up in the air, you know, you will come down with an extreme Downthrust. Now, either or, you know, if you were looking at the perfect stick indicator, you see that it lights up. And your audio cue, if you need one, is Clive's sword hitting the ground, because you can hear it, right? So that's when when Clive lands in general is when I do the 6. So you don't have to listen for the sword sound. If Clive hits the ground, you throw Torgal to 6. So that freaking stagger, man, and then the big one. Okay, pretty much simple, right? So you know, this is another thing. If you're doing the combo, you have a thrust at the end of your combo, or like I said, you are in the air from an aerial combo, and you're coming down, and you can do that to get Torgal in. Now, if it's a lightweight enemy, of course, if you do that, and you do I think it's the Ravage, it will lift the enemy up into the air, and you can continue your combo. You can Phoenix Shift to it, and continue your combo. So that's what I mean when I first said a combo extender. Those sort of things. But I'm sure there's tons of videos talks about using Torgal to extend your combo. So that's two things: the basic indie combo, and we got the Downthrust. The next one is we're going to be talking about using an Eikonic ability. Now, pretty much most of the Eikonic abilities that Clive does, there is an indicator for Torgal to tag. So I'm going to do Ice Age here, and you can see it light up at the end. Now, when he does Eikonic abilities, I call them Torgal being available at the apex of that ability. And for this particular ability, the apex would be when the ice is the biggest. As you see, because you know that when the ability happens, it goes from a smaller piece of ice, and as it travels, it makes the big wall, and that wall usually freezes the enemy or whatever. Hits the enemy. If you're doing a precision ice. And if you also notice by the audio cue, there's two ice sounds, and then the ice breaks apart. So there's 3 sounds, but there's 2 of the ice coming out of the ground. I guess let's call it coming out of the ground, and then 1 where it breaks apart. So if you need the audio cue is the second ice. So the second ice sound, you see it was 3. The second one is when you will command Torgal. If you need the audio cue, it's the second one. If you need the visual cue, it's when the ice is the biggest. So now we're going to execute it now that it's off cooldown. Nope, I got too early with it. I usually use this in combat, maybe. I mean, I just started choosing Torgal more and more lately. I know when I first started playing, I was letting him do whatever because I didn't want to control him. So, but here it is. So we'll do it one more time since I missed the first one. We'll try to get a precision 6 out on it rather than a precision ravage. And you can use whatever cues you want, and hopefully I won't mess it up. Okay, there we go. Now I have Diamond Dust slotted. I'm gonna come back to Diamond Dust. Actually, no, it's a story. I can come back a second time. Okay, so the big iconic abilities like the Diamond Dust and the Judgments, they all, well, some of them also have Torgal moments. But you have to remember when you do those abilities, of course, time slows down for some of them, time stops from others, and this includes Torgal. So when we do the Diamond Dust, what happens is, the ice comes all over the place, and Ty slams his sword down twice, and when he does those sword slams, those are your moments of calling in Torgal. Now, the first one, I don't know if I really recommend doing it on the first sword, because like I said, Torgal is also slowed down or frozen or whatever. That's, when you're doing this. So I do recommend it on the second time. He will act after it's over. Because like I said, he can't do it. And now, it happens like a moment after the sword happens. So it's not when it happens, it's after. As you can see, I called Torgal in right after the slam. Right after the sword was slammed down. It wasn't when the sword slammed. It was right after the sword slammed. Now, unfortunately, Diamond Dust has a long cooldown, and I may come back to it. But I'm going to go through these other abilities, and if it's off cooldown, it should be off cooldown. But okay, so I have a couple of fire abilities. I have the Heat Wave and the Rising Flame. Like I said, I only have a few abilities slotted. Of course, there's many more abilities. You may have to come in here and figure out how you want to. Hold on. I didn't want that disrupting me. Alright, so you may want to come in and figure out. So I have a couple fire ones. As you saw, I had a lightning ability, and I also have wind up on. So when it comes to Heat Wave, I'm gonna just do Heat Wave. If you notice, Clive has 3 movements. The second 2, when he actually sends out the waves of flames, both of those times are times, if you were watching the Proficiency 6, I do highly recommend you watch the Proficiency 6 when I demonstrate it, because it highlights it. It lights up, or when I'm doing it. It lights up when Torgal is ready to come in. So, now if it's a counter Heat Wave or Heat Wave counter, every time, those extra times that Clive does the fire wave, those are also times that you can call Torgal. So we'll try to do this. And I know sometimes I can't do this. I kind of messed up. Now we'll do it again. It's a short cooldown. I usually don't do it this far away. Let me get closer. Not that it matters, because we're calling Torgal and I'm not doing the damage. Well, I see it's taking too long. Okay, so while we talk about that, okay, now Rising Flames is another one. If you look at it, the wing comes up and it goes over. Now, this is back to me going about the apex of their ability. Now, when their wing is the biggest and the highest, that's when you want to call Torgal. So I'm going to do it again, then we'll go back to the Heat Wave. Since it's off cooldown, we'll see if we can execute with this. Now, I don't really have any other cues for the Phoenix Flame other than when it's the most vertical, biggest wing before it starts to go over past 90 degrees is when you do it. And I mean, I don't know, I just do that one. So the Heat Wave would be, like I said, I did it on the second one and that one, but you can do it on the first one. We'll try to do it on the first one. We'll get another Phoenix Flame and then we'll move on. He's about to go into, I hate that sound. Plus he gets all messed up, so. That was the Phoenix Rising Flames. I always call it Phoenix Flames, and we'll do one more Heat Wave, try to get it on the first one. And that was doing it on the first wave. And of course, like I said, if it was a Heat Wave counter, he does the extra 3, or I don't know how many extra he does. That's it. So, 2 more abilities here. I have the Wind Up, just to have a Titan ability, and I have Pile Drive. I'm only going to do the Pile Drive once because it has a long cooldown. Maybe we'll do it first, and maybe it'll be available by the time I finish with Titan. So Pile Drive, I don't normally do Torgal after Pile Drive. I probably should have did Thunderstorm or something, because it happens pretty quick. Like it's an instant move. Clive doesn't have a lot of animation to go along with it. He just puts the staff into the ground, and what you want to do is you want to call Torgal right after he puts the staff in the ground, not when he does it, right after. So it's like slam Torgal, like right away. If you were watching my controller, I did the Torgal right after that. but this is going to become a cooldown. It's going to wow. So now the wind up, it doesn't really have an apex ability or apex time. The only thing I can say is that you need to do it. I'm going to do it because I don't want to wait for it to come up cooldown. You need to do it right before it does a maximum amount of damage. So like you do it, and there's really nothing going on here. And I screwed up, don't I? Alright, let's do this thing again. Alright, might as well click on time. Is it ready yet? No. Alright, so yeah, so when you get good enough, you know when you do it. I got all these provision things that just happen. Let's see if we can do this properly. Yeah, it's just, I don't know. I don't even know what to say about that one. It's just when it's almost done. That's the only way I can explain it. You just have to see it, or you have to know when it's over. You have to have done wind up so many times that you know when the move is about to be over. All right, so I think that's it, right? I talked about Toshiba. Did I? Diamond Dust? Well, let's just do it. I think I talked about it. I don't know. I mentioned it. As you can see, like I said, Torgal stops, so he comes in after the fact. So that's when I was saying when, you've already played it, you know that the time, when you do your big abilities, everything pretty much slows down or stops. And that's pretty much it. So then we're going to put this guy into an attack mode. And we're going to try to get off the Titan counter. You can do it, and you can also do it from a dodge. So let's get that. Let's get him back into attack here. And we'll see if we can do it. I don't know. Alright, let's see if we can get some Titan blocks off. So third hit when and if you look, it's when the fist is at the biggest. Or when it's coming up. I missed that one, but so that's one thing I can say. The fist is going higher. This is the last uppercut. Alright, so the last one is the precision dodge. Oh shit, not me. It's supposed to be Torgal. Well, we had a precision dodge, but we didn't call Torgal in. I got anxious. I get anxious with slow swings. Okay, there it is. So it's pretty much dodge Torgal. It's R1 and then immediately Torgal. And if I can do it without getting hit, do it, Gigas. Give me it. Of course, I dodged too early. Now I can't do my dodges. No! Okay, there it is. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I think that's the third and final move. I'm just looking to land some more of these. I can do this on a freaking Notorious Mark, but I can't do it on this one little Gigas. I can dodge like 30 times and I can't dodge this guy, right? Alright, so yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. I hope it was kind of helpful to you guys, Nice try. Alright, so yeah, that was pretty much it, guys. So I hope it was helpful, like I said, and I highly recommend practicing out in the world in some real combat situations, because remember, you're not going to have these indicators on the world, and when you're fighting more challenging enemies, it's better to practice on those types of enemies than these enemies that you have in here, even though you can have more difficult enemies in here. And there's rarely even just one of them. So thanks so much for watching, and good luck with your Precision 6. All right, bye bye.